Hi, we're the team behind Tico. As inventors, we constantly use 3D printers to create and test our ideas. But every 3D printer we used fell short of our expectations. They were heavy, overcomplicated, and unreliable. We often spent more time calibrating our printers than printing our inventions. So we came up with a simple solution: Unibody. This is Tico, the Unibody 3D printer. Most 3D printer frames are built using separate rails. Unibody means the rails are built into the chassis, creating one solid piece. One solid piece, Unibody. And with this simple shift in design, all the problems that came from separate rail systems disappeared. More reliable and accurate, Tico sets a new standard for 3D printers. And it doesn't stop at Unibody. Tico has an internal filament tray, an enclosed build chamber, auto safety shutoff, a large print volume, a flexible base, wireless connectivity, and cloud-based software so you can print from almost anywhere on any internet-friendly device. With Tico, we've not only set a new standard for design, but for price too. Tico is only $179. Yup, $179. That's the beauty of unibody design. It's better and it costs less to manufacture. We could set the price higher, but we want everyone to have a Tico. This is where we need your help. We use 3D printing to create Tico. Imagine all the ideas that could become realities. Imagine what you could build. Back us today, and let's find out.
In the last few years, there have been a wave of great low-cost 3D printers that are easy, affordable, and accessible, but they're limited to only being able to print in one color or material. So we questioned and said, how can we take this to the next level? How can we bring 3D printing to a point where we can print objects that are much more representative of the ideas we're trying to communicate? So we created the palette. From elegant home projects to highly complex prototypes complete with electrical connectivity, the palette enables your printer to create objects that used to be in the domain of much more expensive machines.
What the palette lets you do is turn your single color 3D printer into a multicolor and multi-property printer. At Mosaic, we've come up with our own unique solution.
It takes in 4 different types of filaments, and it actually joins them together end to end into one single filament strand that has perfectly calibrated lengths of each different filament. This approach enables controllable multicolor functionality from a single extruder, the extruder already on your 3D printer.
At first, it was all about color, and that was really exciting to us. But then with this new influx of materials that hit the market, like electrically conductive filament, all of a sudden we're now able to upgrade a printer to print something like a flashlight or embedded circuitry. And that's just now. There are new filaments becoming available all the time, from magnetic to stainless steel infused, and by combining these filaments to the palette, a whole new range of functional parts can be printed.
One of the big things we focused on since day one was no modifications as well as cross-platform compatibility. You put the palette next to your printer, run the filament through the measurement system, feed it into your printer, and then hit print.
The software that you already use, the CAD programs, they can all export multiple STLs. You slice these with your favorite slicer, run the output through our app, and you're ready to print.
We're going open source firmware and software, because although we're covering all of the nice-to-haves and need-to-haves with this product, we know that there's so many exciting applications and things that people have already been telling us about that they want to do, and so by opening up the software and firmware component, they can do it themselves.
We've been working on the palette for a year now. We've gone from ideas on a whiteboard to a finalized prototype. We've sourced our suppliers, but now we need the dollars to bring the palette into production.
There's no question that Kickstarter is the way. It's a great forum to be able to work with the community and engage and understand and share.
By backing this campaign, you're skipping the upgrade cycle of buying a next-gen printer and getting more out of the machine that you have today. You get to make the palette a reality, and you get an amazing product before anybody else gets their hands on it.
First time people see a 3D printer in motion, it's captivating. People are mesmerized by it, and everybody wants to get involved. 3D printer is kind of like magic. One minute you have this box on your desk and the next minute you see an object appearing out of thin air. At M3D, we knew at some point in the future these tools would be a part of everyone's lives. So we asked, why not now? But there hasn't been a truly affordable consumer printer that's easy to use. You just plug it in, hit print until now. And that's why we made the Micro 3D printer.
We started with a seamless design and we looked at all the existing 3D printers and we took everything that we liked and redesigned everything else. We knew that in order for them to really live up to their potential, that they had to be affordable and completely effortless to use. And several months later, we'd done it.
In addition to reducing the size and the weight of the box, we also reduced the power consumption by about a factor of 10 compared to professional 3D printers.
By making it more power efficient, you basically reduce your costs of every component. It becomes lighter, the electronics become more affordable, everything drops. We use auto leveling and auto calibration so that you're never messing with the printer. We decided we had to provide software that just makes it really easy. So we have a library of existing parts and select what you want, just hit print.
People can use other sources for their filaments or they can use ours, and it goes both ways. Other people with different printers can buy our filaments as well. The Micro 3D printer is for everyone. We designed it to be perfect for beginner users but also for expert users. Of course, they're already very useful today. You can use it for things like replacing a shower hook or building real prototypes or even functional parts, replacements for things around your house, for example. And that's just scratching the surface of what 3D printers are capable of. We want, a printer in every single house, but in order to get there, we're going to need the Kickstarter funds to make the molds. A lot of people are going to get a printer as their reward, but what they're really doing is they're helping us get started and they're creating a new brand with us. We need a 3D printer like the Micro, something that's ultra affordable, to get lots of printers out there so people can nurture the technology and figure out where it's going to go.
We knew it was coming. Somebody was going to do it. The question was who and how.
A project like this started out with 1 or 2 people, and I'm just floored by the amount of support we've gotten. So we have a lot of people to thank. We really strive to be innovative in everything that we do, and I think people already see that. We're really looking to raise hell in the industry.
I realized that most of the 3D printers in the market, they fall into 2 groups. High resolution but very expensive, or affordable but in poor quality. That's why we decided Moonray to bridge the gap between quality and price.
I think the best design is the one that is out of the way. And when we designed Moonray, we decided that we should take all the clutter and all the things that make a product more less understandable and minimize it to something that is more useful. Most of the 3D printers have a consumable resin tank, but we took on this great challenge of redesigning it in a way that you don't have to replace it after every print that you make. So it's more durable and it lasts longer.
The heart of every high-resolution 3D printer is the resin curing unit. Most 3D printers use either laser or commercial projectors to do this. But we develop our own custom-built UV DLP projector. We call it Ray 1. It lasts for 50,000 hours and it's able to create parts as fine as 100 micron resolution.
Yeah, what makes Moonray special and attractive, I think, is the resolution. I haven't seen that tight of resolution on a desktop SLA printer that's available for the price that it's at as well.
There's always been a few different challenges in 3D prints. One is not only being able to have it smooth from the print, or a lot of post-processing. And the Moonray allows me to be able to have minimal post-processing. And then also the support structure usually creates a lot of different points on a 3D print that have to be cleaned up later. And in this case, it was very easy to do.
In many ways, The design of the Moonray was about making it more compact and more efficient and more versatile, so it would fit in different environments.
Yeah, for the resolution, you can't beat the Moonray. The price and resolution ratio is incredible. You can't beat it. There's nothing else out there like it.
Had a couple of characters that I created in ZBrush printed on the Moonray, and I was really impressed. I was really blown away, actually. All the small details, little elements, textures, lines, everything that I created in the software came out in the characters, and that really got me excited.
The Moonray revolutionizes the opportunities that I have to run my business.
Everybody can use Moonray because it's affordable, it's easy to use, and it has the best resolution among all the desktop 3D printers.
We believe that the future of 3D printing relies on making it available for everyone. We're excited to deliver Moonray to everybody and to see what they can create with it.